July 2025. Can I get a motion to open? Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Asta. All right, can we stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. Roll call, please.
Allstock,
Present.
Ashcraft. Here. Raising.
Here.
B-Smith.
Here.
Tide. Here. Turner.
Here.
Thank you.
And we are going to do our presentation.
That's right.
Dr.
Thank you.
Kingman.
On a yearly basis, twice a year, we do the presentation for the student safety data system and the HEAT report. So this is the period ending June 30th, 2025. This is for the full year, beginning September 2024 until now for all of our schools. All this information comes straight from the Department of Education, where the school district on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, upload all the cases for the student safety data system. So for our Penns Grove High School, we have 5 completed incidents. There's no restraint and seclusion. It's part of the items that we have to report now, is new. We have completed 5 trainings, and programs completed are 15 in total. For Paul W. Carlton, we have 0 incident reported. We have 4 trainings completed, a total of 9 programs completed. For the Field Street School, that's grades 1, 2, and 3. We have 4 incidents completed. We have 0 restraint and seclusion. We have 10 trainings completed, and we have 22 programs completed. For Lafayette Pershing, that's pre-KK, we have 1 incident. We have 0 restraints. We have 5 trainings completed, and we have 21 programs completed. For Penns Grove Middle School, we have 5 incidents reported. We have 3 trainings completed and 24 programs completed. So that is a summary of the restraint seclusion is 0 for all the districts. And for our full school district, this is already uploaded. Once I finish this information to the public and to the board, it's always available on the district website. That's by law, it has to be posted. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. And now we're gonna move on to our open the public discussion, correct? All right, so this meeting will now take place for the public. Whoever wishes to speak can comment on the agenda items for our school district, for any concerns for the residents of Penns Grove Cornelius Point, and you'll have 3 minutes as the length of time for you to come up. And I believe they moved the sign-in sheet over to my left now, and you're right. So if anybody wishes to speak, can I get a motion to open for public discussion? Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
Second.
Thank you, Ashcraft. All right, if anybody wishes to speak, you can come right up and sign in for me, please.
Come on.
You want me to do it?
Hold on.
You want to do it on my phone?
Huh? Yeah.
Alright, sorry, you're not gonna be able to see it, okay, I'll do it on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, technical, sorry, technical difficulties. We have difficulties.
Leonela, ready?
It's just
Yeah,
you.
good. So hi, my name is
you know this man. At this point, you guys know me. But anyway, I just have a question for Dr. Cohen. Will you be open to rehiring former teachers to fill current vacant positions? If so, may I ask what the factors are currently preventing the rehiring of these former teachers? Thank you.
The district has a procedure, guidelines that we follow for hiring to prevent, favoritism and unethical practices in the past. One of the things that we do now in the guidelines, it has to be done by the committee. It's not longer done, just my level. Now we have the committee on the schools that is composed with principals, it can be teachers. So it's a group that is odd numbers, it can be 3, it can be 5, 7, to prevent those items that I have mentioned. So once the committee gets all the interviews from all the applicants, that's when it comes to my level. So it's the committee that selects. If any other individual that have been in the district and apply, of course we have some other people coming back, but they're always interview based on the committee and the qualifications. And if they complete and align with what the committee is looking for the school, they're offering the hiring, they come to the board for that.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Good evening, my name is Anthony Finkel, Carnegie Point alumni, you all know me. As we move closer to November this year, I want to take a moment to reflect on the fact that there are 3 seats on this board that will be up for re-election. One in particular that stands out to me is the seat currently held by the board president. As the head of this board, your leadership sets the tone, not only for the board's internal decisions, but for how the district responds to community concerns and challenges. Over the past several months, Leonella and I have raised serious issues that deserve continued attention. Among them is the troubling, persistent problem of teacher resignations. This is not a political talking point. It's a reality affecting the quality of education our students receive every day. So I respectfully ask, what are you and your fellow board members, especially those seeking re-election, doing to address this? What initiatives or policy directions have you given the superintendent to help bring teachers back to this district and improve retention? Secondly, I'd like to ask about academic performance. I understand that test scores don't always capture the full picture of a student's ability or growth. But when we see such a low percentage of students meeting or exceeding benchmarks, especially in math and reading, it suggests a real issue with retention and comprehension. What are your thoughts on this, and what steps are being taken to improve outcomes, support teachers, and engage students more meaningfully? Lastly, I'd like to bring attention to the online performance report. According to it, a lot of the numbers say 0 for violence, substance use, and HIVs, and yet we know from community forums, parent accounts, and social media that these things are happening in our schools. So I have to ask, what policies are in place to ensure accurate reporting? And what are you doing to investigate the discrepancies between these official reports and what families are experiencing and sharing? These aren't just numbers and talking points. These are students, teachers, and families, our community. I ask these questions with sincerity and a shared interest in seeing our district succeed. Thank you for your time, and I truly hope to hear your response.
Let me respond to that. Madam President has given me the permission. Every year, the board and myself, we meet and we develop district goals. So part of the goals that we have, of course, is always going to be student achievement. And based on that, you will see on the agenda, as part of the goals that we have to improve student achievement, because as you mentioned, it's not only assessment. Assessment is a tiny thing of what the students do. Now, assessment is linked to the learning and what is taught in the classrooms, right? That's why you will always see professional development for the teachers, because we need the knowledge, the skills, and the disposition of the teachers to be increased in order to teach the students what the state of New Jersey needs to teach the standards, right? When I was a teacher, I loved dinosaurs, I loved genetics, but I had to follow the science standards in order for my students to be able to pass the assessment. Because the assessment, what does it assess? The standards, what these teachers are gonna be teaching those students. So in our agenda today, as part of the things that we are doing to address the needs of the students, you will see that under the educational items, number 6 and number 7, part of the items that we have now is to ensure that our students read at the grade level. And at the last board meeting, you guys were present here, and you saw the presentation on the textbooks that we are acquiring for grades K through 5. Because part of the goals that the Board of Education has is to ensure that our students read at grade level. That has been a big need here in our district, that for years have been creating that gap. And we know that by the time the students get to 9th grade, what's gonna happen? It's impossible for them to comprehend the science, the math, and the social studies that they're taking. Even in English, they have to read. If you don't read well, you don't comprehend. So now the Board of Education has approved the K through 5 series that's gonna address the reading needs. And we have those 2 grants that are going to be approved by the board today, the Optimal Comprehensive Universal Screeners for students, and also the Building Responsive Instruction to Data Guided Evaluation, the BREACH grant. Those are items that will supplement the federal funds that we get, ensuring that our students are reading. So that is how we're going to be addressing that. This is not going to happen from one year to the other. Research shows that these improvements take what, from 3 to 5 years. And I also know it because as a curriculum person myself, when I implemented different items, I saw the changes in 5 years. The parents and the community might want the changes in 1 year. It doesn't happen that way, right? We will start seeing the results from 3 to 5 years. Sadly to say, but we're dealing with human beings here. To address the question about the HIPs, everybody uses harassment, intimidation, and bullying. And when that happens, our school district, mandated by the government, right, by the New Jersey Department of Education, has trained and established what is called the HIB specialist. Along with the principal, when these items are sent by the parents, we have the system, the HIPster, for them to put it in the system. The HIP specialists, which are trained guidance counselors, start investigating each case. If it doesn't align with the definition of the HIP, which is a distinguished characteristic, that's why you will see that it's classified as a non-HIP. It might be student conflict, and that is addressed with either guidance for the students, we give counseling services, we address it with mediation, we address it with other topics. If it is considered a HIP, the results for that is still the same. It's counseling, depending the grade level, it can be then disciplinary action taken. But when it is in the reports that you saw I shared with you, sometimes it is considered a non-HIB. All of them are discussed with the Board of Education in the executive session because it's dealing with student matters, right? And so that's non-public. So all the parents, when that process is completed, is receive a letter, and the schools have communicated with the parents when these investigations are completed. That's how that HIB process is. So sometimes the parent feel, oh, this kid hit my kid, is calling him names. So when we investigate, if it's not done because of a distinguished characteristic, the kid might say, oh, it's because I don't like him, period. It's not other thing that I don't like him. So it's a student conflict, we go into mediation. That's how the HIBs are investigated.
The only thing I'd say is, thank you for answering a lot of that.
That now, I cannot entertain, right?
Yeah, sorry.
But, I mean,
Sorry.
I asked the president, the board president, and the board members. I wanna hear what Ms. Turner has to say about what I've been asking the last few months. The people wanna hear what the board members have to
If
say.
you're
Yeah, but he's-
interrupted,
yeah.
if you're interrupted.
Well, I mean, I stopped halfway through, so I mean, I know I had a few seconds. I can go back up and ask again. I asked for the board. I specifically asked the board members. I wanted to hear what Ms. Turner has to say about the things that we've been bringing up throughout the last past months.
I'll remind the board president, this is not a question and answer session, but you can do as you, whatever you like.
Yep.
Or at least, you know, make a post about it or say something in the new business or old business, something. I mean, we have no idea what you think about. You only vote on sports stuff. So I don't know where you're at.
Just vote on sports stuff, but-
I don't know why people, I mean, people wanna know why we wanna vote for you. That's just why I thank
And
you for
that's fine,
answering
Mr.
me,
Fico.
but.
We will probably address that later, but right now we want to follow the procedures.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
appreciate that, thank you.
You can come on, Mr. Murray.
Thank you. Greg Martin, Cornish Point.
You don't
I
even
just
know
had
what the
a
board
question. I
president
see they
thinks.
started, they broke ground, at Carlton School. Is that for pre-K, correct?
Yes, sir.
My question concerning that is, pre-K is currently at the Lafayette School. So is the principal over there gonna be covering both places? So how we plan on handling that?
We have, the principal, and we have also a supervisor that is qualified in early childhood with the principal certificate. The principal will oversee both, but one of them will be overseeing one at a time. You understand? No?
So they're gonna either be over there or there, so they're not
They
gonna
will
be
be-
running back and forth, is that what you're saying?
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
That goes the same for the counselor as well?
No, the counselor, we will be an additional counselor for that other
Okay.
building. I cannot have shared counselors in that aspect.
Okay,
It's
thank
the
you.
same as a nurse,
Yeah, okay, all right, thank you, I
Okay.
appreciate it, that's all I wanted to know.
not a problem.
Yeah, thank you, uh-huh.
Anybody else? Alright, can I get a motion to close, please? Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Craig. Alright. We are going to be doing the approval of the minutes.
Executive session, regular meeting.
Yep, thank you, Ms. Vicky. Can I get a second, please? Thank you, Ms. Vicky. Alright. Is there, did I do is the fire drills with that?
It's part of it.
It's part of that? Yep. Oh, can I get an all in favor for the minutes?
All in favor, you say?
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're good.
And then we just gotta do roll call, right?
Just ask for abstentions.
He asked for it.
Just ask for, make sure there's no abstentions.
Oh, no, it's no.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, no, I mean, do you want to get?
Right.
Oh,
Education.
Oh, no.
Oh, the administrative reports, I'm sorry. Yep, the administrative reports and the fire building.
Yes, I make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
Second.
Thank you, Ashburn. All right. All in favor? Thank you. Nope. All right. Education. Education 1 through 9. Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
Second.
Thank you, Ashburn. Any questions? All right, roll call please.
Outside,
Yes.
Ashcraft? Yes. Grayson?
Yes.
B. Smith?
Yes.
Ty? Yes. Turner?
Yes. And we have, one policy.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
Second.
Thank you, Ashcraft. Any questions on policy? All right, roll call please.
Outside,
Yes.
Ashcraft? Yes. Grayson?
Yes.
B. Smith?
Yes.
Ty? Yes. Turner?
Yes. All right, finance and facilities 1 through 9.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
Second.
Thank you, Ashcraft. Any questions? Roll call please.
Outside,
Yes.
Ashcraft? Yes. Grayson?
Yes.
B. Smith?
Yes.
Ty?
Yes.
Turner?
Yes. Thank you. All right, and we have personnel 1 through
36.
30, I think it was 36, but yes, 1 through 36. personnel, one through 36? Thank you, Ms. Vicky.
Second.
Thank you, Ashburn. Any questions for personnel, one through 36? All right, roll call please.
Alshak,
Yes.
Ashcraft.
Yes.
Fraser,
Yes.
B. Smith,
Yes.
Ty,
Yes.
Turner.
Yes. Do we have any new business?
Yeah,
Any new-
I have new business.
Okay.
It pertains to a letter, Madam President, you received, it's in reference to, and I just don't understand it. Maybe somebody here, Ryan or Solicitor or Dr. Kobe can explain to me. This is the following information required for the submission of the CEP has been reviewed. CEP stands for Comprehensive Equity Plan, and there's 4 or 5 different, bullets, and I just wanna know, when are we gonna implement it? And one's like the statement of assurance for the 3-year plan, board resolution appointing the affirmative action officer, board resolution authorizing the affirmative action team to conduct the needs assessments and development for the CEP, and the board resolution to authorize the submission of the CEP. Like, is that, we're gonna initiate this before the new school year, or
On a yearly basis, we have to do that, the board already have approved that.
can you explain a little bit what it means?
Sure, the comprehensive equity plan is a plan that school districts have to do to ensure that there's equity and equality in all the instructional materials the students receive. It's the same as in athletics, we have to offer the same thing for males and for females. So the comprehensive equity plan comes from the state, it's a template, it's always on the website, and we have to approve it, it was already completed. The affirmative action officer for our district is the human resources.
Information required for the submission of the CEP has been reviewed. CEP stands for Comprehensive Equity Plan, and there's 4 or 5 different, bullets, and I just wanna know, when are we gonna implement it? And one's like the statement of assurance for the 3-year plan, board resolution appointing the affirmative action officer, board resolution authorizing the affirmative action team to conduct the needs assessments and development for the CEP, and the board resolution to authorize the submission of the CEP. Like, is that, we're gonna initiate this before the new school year, or
On a yearly basis, we have to do that, the board already have approved that.
can you explain a little bit what it means?
Sure, the comprehensive equity plan is a plan that school districts have to do to ensure that there is equity and equality in all the instructional materials the students receive. It's the same as in athletics, we have to offer the same thing for males and for females. So the comprehensive equity plan comes from the state, it's a template, it's always on the website, and we have to approve it, it was already completed. The affirmative action officer for our district is the human resources for that. So we have to go through all the board policies that we have, align it with the items that the state of New Jersey is asking us.
I was under the impression that it pertained to, the board here within itself, picking a chairperson and picking the committees, but so you're saying Dr.
No,
Booth is already,
Ms. Cancilla is ours,
Cancilla.
because these items are for the schools.
alright,
It's a committee of, and then we approve for each one of the schools, is the principal and the teachers, custodial staff, cafeteria staff, whomever wants to volunteer for that committee, because they're gonna look at all the instructional materials that are offered to our students. That's what the comprehensive equity plan is.
alright, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Is that part of the skip committee?
I'm sorry?
Is that part of the skip committee?
No, the
That's-
skip
it's a
committee is
separate-
for, yes, it's a separate.
You
Hi,
guys
Susan.
agree?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was 2 Saturdays ago, they had at the Dunn's Park, they had the ceremony for the trees that the kids had worked the grant for. And it was very nice to see that the community and the school were together, the teachers was there, the students were there, township committee people, the recreation department. It was a very nice ceremony, it was very nice. Now, not all trees are planted yet, so they have to wait for the fall, because it's a better time to plant the trees, but they wanted to see, let the kids at least plant 2 of the trees, because they're moving on to the high school, so they could, they could be able to see that's their tree they planted. but it's better to plant in the fall than in the summertime right now with the weather. So, but it was very nice.
It was good to see. It was also spearheaded by Tracy Marinaro, a former teacher in our school district, but she's also now part of the,
She's
board.
council.
Yes,
And,
so
It was beautiful at that time.
it was nice
It
to
was
see
nice,
that,
yeah.
and nice that they were able to recognize our students.
right, and it's nice that the students actually took part of the grant and put it in Dunn's Park.
Yes. It was called the small tree planting, but
Yeah.
it was nice to see.
Any other new business? No? Any old business?
Yes, I wanna inquire about, asked 3 or 4 times, and Mrs. Zandoni was supposed to get back with me within the last meeting, and I guess she must slipped her mind, she's busy. I requested all the young kids, 5th grade up to 6th, go home with a handwriting book for cursive writing.
Yeah,
I
they
think
are.
that,
They did,
oh, they got it?
yes.
Oh, beautiful.
All of them,
Yeah.
the books
They
for
went home with it?
handwriting went,
Nice.
yes.
Yeah, cause Pino, Pennsylvania just passed a bill, they're bringing it back as of yesterday, they're bringing cursive writing back into the school system.
Yes,
That's great.
New Jersey might do the same, but, upon your recommendation, we did that, and the kids went home with the handwriting book.
That's good.
Yes.
Yep, thank you, that's nice.
Any other old business? All right. Can I get a motion to close?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vicky. Thank you.